In this video, we'll talk about how to use Venture's business development procedure. This is a procedure that's designed to be used by our sales team when they just need to schedule resources, engineering resources, technical architects, or even executives for an on-site meeting with a customer, perhaps a WebEx, or even a conference call. Now, at this point, there really is no identified opportunity, so we don't really have anything to design. We just want to schedule resources to meet with the customer and see if we might be able to produce an opportunity from that meeting. So again, we're looking at the business development procedure here on the screen. This is a document we've prepared that is consistent with the other procedure documents. It's stored out in our common folder on the M drive under Opportunity Management. So here's the high-level workflow. It's pretty straightforward. You enter an opportunity in ConnectWise. You then launch a ticket, in this case on the new business development board. You'll conduct the meeting with the customer. You'll come back and update the ticket with any notes, documents, other collateral that you receive as a result of the meeting. And then if there is an opportunity to move forward with some sort of design, you'll then simply change the board on the ticket to either the Premise Solutions design board or the BT Cloud Services design board, again, depending on the opportunity. You may have multiple opportunities that come out of it. That's the case. You'll launch a different opportunity and ticket for that. But if nothing comes out of that meeting, we hope that's not the case, you would actually close the opportunity and the ticket at that point. So that's the high-level workflow. This is a little bit more detailed view of the workflow. Again, cross-functional workflow diagram consistent with our others. That's actually stored in the procedure, and you can link to a full-size copy of it there. Okay, so let's move over to ConnectWise, and we'll take a look at what this process looks like. So I'm on my ConnectWise today looking at my opportunities list. I'm going to click here to create a new opportunity. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the company. I'm going to select my test company, Company Z here. And up here in the summary, I'm just going to enter that we want to discuss Venture's offerings and their value proposition. And down here in the description, I'm just going to enter a little bit more information. And some information about the meeting and the fact that we're going to meet with the IT director for the weeks of 3/17. If you have a particular resource in mind you'd like to schedule, go ahead and indicate that here so that Jeff Ballard, our opportunity manager, will note that and he'll try to accommodate your schedule. Update that with some additional notes, and I'm going to go ahead as part of our standard process and add Kara as my inside sales rep here. And for the opportunity type, don't know what that is at this point, so I've actually created a new one called To Be Determined. So you'll have to update this, and we'll show that in a minute if you actually do come up with an opportunity. But at this point, we don't know exactly. We're just exploring the potential. So I'm completed with my opportunity here. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay. Now I'm going to click Convert to actually launch a ticket on the business development board. And we'll tell it that we want to create a new ticket. And of course now the service ticket screen is presented. Now the first thing you'll note is that whenever you launch a ticket from an opportunity, often the default board is not the one you're looking for. That's actually a limitation of ConnectWise that unfortunately we can't fix, but you just simply need to remember that and click on the drop down arrow there and select the board you want. In this case the business development board, which is a new one we've activated, and I will change the the source to be entered directly. Where is going to be on site, looking for an on-site meeting. Everything else I like. Notice that ConnectWise, the ticket has actually inherited the summary from the opportunity as well as the description from the opportunity. So This is really all that's necessary to enter the ticket at this point. I'm going to go ahead and save the ticket, and that's going to automatically assign resources, in this case me as the account manager for the account, Company Z. Kara, the inside sales rep, also entered on Company Z's team record. And then Jeff Ballard is our opportunity manager. He's always initially assigned to these tickets. And so just so you'll know, this auto assign feature that occurs every time you click save on a new ticket, that actually comes from over here on the My Company, on the company record, not the My Company record, but we'll take a look at that. So I'm going to just pull up the Company Z record. And what I'm talking about here is if you look at Company Z and go over here to the Team tab, you'll note that both Kara and me are assigned as the sales rep and account manager respectively. So anytime you create a new ticket in ConnectWise, and it does the automatically assign of the account manager and the inside sales, that's where that comes from. It comes from the company team record. And that happens anytime we set a new company or even a prospect up. That's automatically done through that process. So I'm satisfied now with the ticket. Now, one thing that I also want to show you that you can do is you can actually now check the calendars of all of our various resources. We talked about this earlier. So this is my calendar. That's the first thing that displays when you click the My Calendar screen, and this shows all of my appointments that come straight from my Outlook, or it could be appointments I set up directly here in ConnectWise. But I could also view the calendar of other members, and all I do is click on the funnel right there, and you notice when I did that how that displays the member filter with a picker. So I can come over here and click on the picker if I just want to see what's going on John's calendar, and select him there, and there's John's calendar. So this is just a way that you can look at the calendars of other members here in ConnectWise. Now notice that a lot of these entries have no company, and that's because most of those entries were actually made outside of ConnectWise in Outlook, and there's really no company field in Outlook, so there's not actually a way to interface that. So at this point, Jeff would go out and actually schedule resources to the ticket, and those would be added here. So he would say schedule John, and if that worked out, let's take a look here at the members of the team. There's John, and we're going to say that he's going to schedule that for the 19th, and it will also finish on the 19th, and we're going to say we're going to do that at 10 a.m. and not going to give us a lot of time, so we're going to end it at 10:30. So at that point, John has been scheduled. We'll just take the defaults here. He'll get a notification telling him of that. You see that's all stored out there. At that point, the ticket is now been scheduled by Jeff, and he's going to change it to a scheduled status and save the ticket. Okay, so everything is good to go at that point. You'll go ahead and conduct your meeting, and once you come back, let's say, for example, the customer's provided you some documents. You'll then enter your ticket again, pull that up in ConnectWise, go to the Documents tab, tell it that you want to store a new document. I've got a couple out here. I've got a Company Z network diagram that they provided to me. I'm going to go ahead and store that on the ticket. And there you go. And I'm going to store another document that they gave me, which is a strategic plan. I think I've got that stored out here. Okay, go ahead and like that. So now I've got two documents stored on the ticket that are part of what I learned when I went and had the meeting. I'm going to come over here also and update the ticket with some notes that we got from the meeting. Okay, so we've updated the ticket now with some additional notes indicating we're going to move this ticket to the VT Cloud Services Design Board because we do have an opportunity there. So all that's required at this point is to start with really should come back to the opportunity, and I can just take the breadcrumb trail there. And now what I'm going to do is update the opportunity with the more pertinent information. So the summary now has changed. To a Venture Managed Backup Solution, and I'm going to update this as well. And I'm going to change the type now because we know what we're looking for, a VT Cloud Backup. And I'm going to say that this thing is going to hopefully close by May the 14th. And we're going to change it to be into a design, quote, in process. Now we've updated everything as necessary on the ticket, excuse me, on the opportunity. Going to go ahead and save that. Go back to the conversion screen here and link to the ticket. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to do a minute ago is actually change this summary on the ticket. I did change it on the opportunity, and the reason is because when we have the opportunity and the ticket together, just in the business development phase, the actual summary, obviously, of the activity is just to discuss our offerings or maybe a particular solution or relationship and so forth. But once we've completed that meeting and we have identified a specific opportunity, in this case, a VT Cloud Backup Service Solution, well, we just want to change the summary to reflect that on both the ticket and the opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Okay, so that'll take care of the summary. I'm also going to go up here now, and I'm going to move this to the VT Cloud Services Design Board just by clicking on the service board in the drop-down list. Notice that the status is now moved to new because that is the first initial status anytime we enter a ticket on the VT Cloud Services Design Board. So this will launch the entire workflow as per our VT Cloud Services workflow. If it were a premise solution, I would have picked that board. Again, status would have been changed to new, and it would notify the opportunity manager, Jeff, and he would know then that we have a new design ticket that needs to be addressed, and he would start scheduling resources. Notice that our team has been changed to the VT Cloud Services Design Team, and everything else looks good. I'm going to also change the request date since I'm looking for a middle of May date on that. I'm going to select April 1st as the request date. So, looking good there. I'm going to go ahead and save this ticket on this board. There we go. So I just got the notification in my email telling me that a new ticket has been entered on the VT Cloud Services Design Board. The ticket is still linked to the original opportunity. All the notes that I entered from the discussion still exist out there. And of course the documents that I attached earlier from the initial discussion, the strategic plan and the network diagram still exist. And of course an email has also been sent to it to update it. And don't forget that I can drop down here and tell it that I want to view all but emails if I want to filter those out and just see all the other pertinent documents. So at that point, I have entered an opportunity, a business development ticket, scheduled resources, conducted the meeting, got an opportunity out of it, attached documents and other information, moved the ticket to the proper service board, updated the opportunity, good to go. And that concludes our overview of the new VT Cloud business development process. Hope this works good for you. Thanks.